Hello world, this is going to be my new addition to my channel. Considering the whole ponage thing is kind of run out on YouTube these days. No one's really doing it. The only one I can think of who does anything like this is Coughlin anymore. Well, like that, sorry. There's Coughlin who doesn't really do it against YouTubers anymore. He more does it against political parties and things like that. So, I decided, like anyone else on the internet, I'm going to start reviewing video games. But the thing is, as you've probably noticed, there's a lot of video game reviewers in the world. You can watch, like, The Angry Video Game Nerd, pretty much everything on The Escapist, and Blistered Thumb, things like that. One thing I do notice is they tend to ignore my favourite console, which is the Sega Mega Drive. Yes, that's right, I called it a Mega Drive. American viewers would be very confused and staring at people like going, what the hell's a Mega Drive? Mega Drive is what the Americans called the Genesis, which doesn't make any sense to me as a title for their second console, considering Genesis was meant to be at the front of the Bible. But the point is, I have a Mega Drive and I've been playing lots of games recently, and they're all behind me there. You can't see all of them, but trust me, there's loads. So I decided to start reviewing them and basically doing a retrospective on when I first played them to when I play them now. And considering I'm doing a Sega console, the first game character you're probably going to think about when you think of Sega is this fella, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now I first started playing Sonic ages and ages ago on my dad's old Master System. I played Sonic 1, Sonic 2 and Sonic Chaos on the Master System, which is an 8-bit system. And I remember when I was young I didn't get very far in the game at all. I got to like the second level if I was lucky on Sonic 1. Sonic 2, for some reason we had a glitch game where you couldn't get past the second level. And Sonic Chaos, when I was younger I used to be able to get to the third level, I think. And I recently completed that with my friend Taz one time, I believe 2 summers ago now. But I'd never played the Mega Drive. However, I was a Sonic fan. I just played it on the home computer. The first Sonic game I properly got into would have been Sega CD, which, as you may know, was on the atrocious thing, which was an extension for the Mega Drive / Genesis, which was the Sega CT. I never played it on the Sega CD. I played it on the computer for 95, it must have been. Yeah, good game. Confusing as hell. I've heard reports say, well, you know, things on the internet say it's like meant to be the best Sonic game ever, but I wouldn't go that far. I also played the 3D Sonic games. I completed Sonic DX2 with my little sister, and Sonic R. Both games which nobody seems to like, but Sonic DX was a good game. Well, is a good game. Is. As is Sonic R. I mean, it's just a standard racing thing, but it's still good for what it is. I remember liking it when I was younger. I don't know about the newer Sonic games. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog sort of makes sense, I suppose, if you don't really think about it too much. And Sonic the Black Knight doesn't make any sense to me at all. Sonic doesn't need a sword. He has a spinball attack for that. But, yes. So what I'm going to do is just do a basic run-through of the games I just played recently. Let's start with Sonic 1. I first got the Sega Mega Drive because my TV couldn't pick up any reception, so I decided to get hold of this. I was going to originally get the Master System and try and complete the games from when I was younger, but they didn't have any in stock, so I went for the Mega Drive. I'm kind of glad with my choice now because it's got a lot more selection of games and stuff like that. And also I get to play the terrible Sonic 3D. But yeah. The first time I sat down and tried to play this game, Sonic 1, it is ridiculously hard. I'd never played platformers properly. I always did what most people did back when we were back in the day, was you'd have a quick go on it and then you get stuck about the third level in and give up. Whereas I spent a month trying to complete this bloody thing. When I finally did, it was a good day. Nowadays I can do it like that, but just getting used to the game controls, especially because I was used to the old games where you could play games from the Master System where you can spin dash. I think it was in Chaos you can do that. But yeah, you couldn't do that in this one. I had to get used to the controls. And to be honest with you, it's the best for the Sonic games I've played. It's the best balance overall. It starts off at a certain level and then it gradually builds until the last boss, which is virtually impossible. Unlike a lot of games, they're saying that the third level in is the hardest one, the water level, people know it as. Amount of lives are wasted on that boss at the end where you have to jump. The end boss is there's like a series of ledges, the water's rising, and you basically have no rings, no bubble shield or anything like that, and you have to just run after Robotnik. You can't actually destroy him, you just need to carry up with him, and I always failed at that epically. So many times did I fail at that game. But yeah, Sonic 1 though, on reflection, is probably the best, in my opinion, of the Sonic games I've played so far. I've not played Sonic 3 yet, on the Mega Drive, not Master System. But yeah, for what it is, this one's my favourite so far. Then of course I went on to Sonic 2. Yeah. Sonic 2. Initially when I first started playing this, I was really disappointed because the first selection of levels are the easiest things in the known universe. You can just roll through them in, like, I mean, compared to the original, this had nothing. I was genuinely disappointed. I thought it would be as hard as that one, if not harder, so I started up the game. My friend knows this. It was after lectures, and we were going to go down to Wetherspoons for fry up. And I had half hour to kill, and I thought I'd be dead by the third level, like I was the first time I played Sonic 1. I started playing it, and then in the first level, I got 2 lives and a continue. So I was like, huh. And I carried on playing. Because towards the end, I got to the final level before the final boss. Yeah, the final level. I didn't get to the final boss with like 3 or 4 continues and 9 lives, something stupid like that on the first playthrough. Trouble is with the game, I found is it's really easy until the last level. The last few bosses are a bit of a bitch unless you know what you're doing. For example, I know this is on reflection. I can't believe how long it took me to figure this out. But Metal Sonic, I failed at so many times before it's really easy. You just need to memorize this pattern. But the first time I played, I had no idea what was going on, and I just got destroyed because I didn't know the pattern is basically he stands still, you jump at him, then he spins at you, or jumps and spins at you, and I could never tell which because I didn't know the pattern at the time. So basically, I would just stand in the middle and panic until I knew which one was happening. And so most of the time, it would be he would do his jump thing, and I'd try and jump over it and just into him. So yeah, that was my problem with Metal Sonic. But once you figure out the pattern, it's not too bad. The final boss, I completed it once drunk, and then I completed it again recently. I don't know what I was thinking when I was playing it drunk. I'd clearly just given up at this point, because the way you do it is literally you wait for him to jump down, then you go a little bit in front, and then spin dash in front of him. And I was like, now I know how to do it. It's like, so when I was drunk, all I was just thinking is just sod it, I'll just do this, and it works. It's annoying now I know what I meant to be doing, because the amount of time I've wasted trying to do that is unreal. And here comes a little break in my thing. I have not played Sonic 3 yet because the second-hand shop I go to doesn't have it in stock, like, ever. And every time I go there they say, oh, we usually have it in stock, but I've been there on and off for like 2 months and I've still not seen it. So yeah, I haven't been able to play that yet. But I have played Sonic and Knuckles. I don't have a box for that one. I do have the cartridge. I think that's where the idea expansion pack came from, because look. Isn't it? You can... The idea of this thing is, look, it's a normal cartridge, but it's got a little thing on top to put another cartridge in. So, expansion pack. Of all the Sonic games I've played, I have to say, Sonic 2 is probably the most creative with its bosses and its levels. Regardless of how easy it is and how short it seems compared to its predecessor, it's still a good. I think it's the best out of the ones I've played so far, because it's got the biggest variety of levels. Even though you only get 2. Yeah, the one thing that does irritate me, I played when I used to play Sonic, it was always 2 levels then a boss level. That seems to be the norm for Sonic 1, and then for the rest of them it's whatever. With Sonic and Knuckles you have you have a boss every single level. Apart from in one bit where you have 2 bosses. That's towards the end on the floating island. So yeah, that's all the Sega Mega Drive games. with Sonic and I've played. I know you can play Sonic 3D, and I found it in the shop, second-hand shop I get these from. I wouldn't buy it though. I played it once on the PC. The isometric view, it looks kind of cool, but at the same time, you're running diagonally and it doesn't feel right. I don't understand how they couldn't remap the keys so that forward would take you in the diagonal direction, which was forward in the isometric 3D perspective. So yeah, so that I haven't played Sonic 3 yet. Well, I keep battering on about that, but I really want to play it, and I can't find it anywhere. As in that one place I keep looking, this doesn't have it. But the point is, I've not played it. So if that's better than any of these 3 games, I'll stand corrected. I'll do an update video at some point, maybe. So anyway, yeah, that was all the ones on the Mega Drive.